Okay, so I wanted to address something that's been kind of weighing on me for the past day. You see, President Zelensky, he's always kind of dressed up like this, right? He's always in some sort of military style of dress, tactical style of dress. The same as Winston Churchill, who, the right loves so much, but yet they're not going to mention the fact that he showed up to the White House numerous times numerous times in OD Green fatigues. Another person who would show up to the White House in a uniform and not a suit, Fidel Castro. And there have been other world leaders who would show up, but they would show up in like a military uniform, like an actual dress uniform. And now, why is this? It's because historically speaking, when you see leaders of a country show up, right, dressed in a fashion of military style, tactical style dress, it's because their nations are at war. See, we are not at war. But if you are a veteran or if you are a GWOT veteran and you remember being in your company headquarters or your battalion headquarters or whichever headquarters, you would see what? The chain of command board. Now, that chain of command board, what if you're in the Army? I don't know about the other branches, but for us in the Army, uh, I just remember my chain of command always being in which uniform? Their fatigues, right? I'm going to just use fatigues for the civilians out there. OCP for all the military people. Multicam or ACU pattern. Ugh. But anyways, you saw them in that because they were trying to signal, right, a we are at war mentality rather than being in a dress uniform. Because when you're in a dress uniform, it's more of a business setting, it's more of a formal setting, right? It's a display. You have all of your awards on display. Whereas if you're in tactical clothing, you are saying, hey, we are at war, so we have to fight. And that is what he is displaying here. That is why he's not showing up in a suit, because he is saying we are at war and we have to fight. So I just want you all to think about that. Sometimes when a world leader, right, because they are world leaders, when a world leader shows up to the White House, it's not about what they say. Or when they show up to any other function, it's always about what you say. Sometimes what you are wearing says more about what you are trying to display. Okay. So think about that before Fox News and the rest of them start trying to belittle this guy and make it out to be like he's disrespectful. No, his country is at war. And historically speaking, that is what world leaders do.